G'day, I'm DJ from DJRCMACH. I'll be giving you actually a bit of speaking in this test ride slash demo ride slash review of the 2018 GSXR1000. It was supplied by Pro Cycles Hornsby for the test ride and demo days at the Pie in the Sky. This is a quick spoken review. It's obviously a litre bike. It's got 13.2 to 1 compression. It's got a ride-by-wire throttle. We'll get to that a little bit later. It's a wet sump bike. It's got a 6-speed gearbox. What else is this thing saying on the website about it? It's got a 4-piston front discs, twin. It's got a single piston rear. It's got a 120 front tyre on it, 120/70 ZR17. It's got a 190/55 ZR17 rear. It's got a 16 litre tank, which gives it a fair sort of range for cruising, and even if you're going to give it some, it's still going to have reasonable capacity for riding around in second and third gear all day long. It's got an LED headlight, LED tail light, and all the other specs can be found on the website from Suzuki or calling into Pro Cycles to ask them. But the most critical thing for many people they want to know and find out about, it's got an 825mm seat height, or 32.5 inches for the American people or those using imperial units. And surprisingly, they list a weight for this motorcycle of 200 kilograms. They must have put fuel in this one to do that. Alrighty, we'll get back onto the motorcycle and the test ride itself. I found it to be very good. The motor has a solid idle. This one was fitted with a aftermarket can from Yoshi. Had a nice note, pleasing without being raucous and loud or attracting too much in the way of police attention. It had plenty of power. On releasing the clutch at low revs to take off at the lights, I found no problems. It accelerated well without having to wring its neck to get it to go somewhere, or any unusual fueling from the ride-by-wire throttle. It actually rode a lot more like a cable throttle than some of the other ride-by-wires I've ridden. The only problems I had was at higher gears. At medium road speeds, we're talking 60 and 70 kilometers an hour, and a little bit of on-off switching. In general, I found the suspension to be quite confidence-inspiring and doing what it was supposed to. I found the tyre combination and suspension for this bike to be also confidence-inspiring. I didn't have any unusual moments on the rear, although I can guarantee that if you don't want to do things right, you don't want to set up for corners, or you want to ride this thing wrong and just go banging throttle on and off, it'll probably chuck you down the road like any other motorcycle. I found the seating position to be quite comfortable for a sports bike. The bars did feel a little narrow. It didn't feel a long reach to the bars for me. I'm not a tall person. I did find, however, the brake lever on this one to feel a little bit lower set than I'd prefer normally. It didn't have rear sets. Other than that, I found the bike to be quite pleasing to ride, and I think I'd comfortably cruise or tour on one of these. I myself own a CBR1000RR, or a 2010 model, and the change to this from my bike, having firmed up suspension on my bike, was fairly comfortable. It didn't nod or dive or rock rapidly. Handled any bumps. It tracked quite well through corners, on and off throttle. Basically, it did its job in a capable way. And that's the end of the review. Thank you for watching, and thank you Pro Cycles for supplying a motorcycle for the test ride and review.